Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inshallah, we will cover Tajweed lessons, and it's going to be of two parts. And this is a crash course, so I will not mention every single detail, but I will mention all the necessary rulings that you guys need to, inshallah, know to recite the Quran better, inshallah. And first of all, the great scholar Muhammad bin al-Jazari said that learning Tajweed is necessary, so it is fard ayn upon every single Muslim. And also, if someone neglects it, then that person is sinning. So this is so important. And we have also evidences from Quran and from Hadith to recite it with Tajweed. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. And so recite the Quran in a slow, clear way. And also Jibreel alayhi salam brought Tajweed, brought Quran to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in 7 different ways. And this is mentioned also in a hadith. إن هذا القرآن أنزل على 7 أحرف فقرأوا ما تيسر منه. So the Quran is revealed upon 7 letters or types, and whoever finds it, like whichever you find it easy, just recite upon that harf or that manner. And I will not get into the details of these, why, or the explanation of this hadith. The reason I'm saying this because we will be, inshallah, covering all the Tajweed rules according to Qira'at Asim, and through the narration of Hafiz. And if we get more demands about other recitations like wash, and we can cover these as well. But the type of Tajweed that we will cover is the Tajweed rule that many Muslims practice, majority of them. So inshallah, I will cover 90% of it, definitely. There are some bits that I will just leave out, and for those, so you can just go back and inshallah read upon these. And inshallah, with these 2 lessons, you will be reciting exactly, if you practice upon it, like the Imams of Mecca and Medina. Okay. So inshallah, let's start. I will group the whole Tajweed into 2 classes or groups. And first I will give you the whole picture. And the first one is related to mad letters, like so mad letters. This is what we call like huruf al-mad. And by the way, I will try my best to neglect all the Arabic terminologies, okay? Because if you want to master the science of Tajweed, you can go and learn it, but this is necessarily for people who can't find time and who just needs to know quickly and apply it. So, and when you know this, inshallah, on your own you can also practice and learn it all in detail. So, mad means This is elongation. To extend. So letters and letters, so huruf al-mad. So what are they? Alif, Waw, and Ya. And this is the first group. Let's say this comprises of about 45% of Tajweed, and the other 45% is about Noon Sakin. So that's Noon Sakin or Tanween. And Tanween is, let's say, okay, is An, In, Un, right? So at the end of the day, it can be seen as like this. So An, In, and Un. So this is what Tanween is. So basically it is related to Noon. So Noon Sakin. Okay. Now let's focus on the elongation bits with the Alif, Waw, Ya. These three letters are crucial in understanding this part, because whenever we will apply rules or see certain words, these three, one of these three will be involved in that rule. So that's why it is important to recognize these, so then we think, okay, yeah, there is this rule there and we have to practice this. And the same thing with the second part, will come later. Whenever we see like Noon Sakin, we will say, okay, I need to do this rule, or Noon Sakin, I need to do this rule. Okay, so so these are called mad letters, and we will start under this the first group. We'll put some other like subgroups or subsections, those chapters, and let's start with one of them, which is the easiest and the basic one. And we call that mad tabi'i, which means as if like a fundamental elongation or original elongation, right? Whatever you call it. As I told you, I will just neglect all the Arabic bits. So I call this 1.1, okay? So we call this mad tabi'i. I'll say like tabi'i, this it's like fundamental, okay? Fundamental elongation. What is it? Let's see one example. For example, when we say qala, okay, let's put the harakat. So when we say qala, we should, this is like a puzzle. So you are looking for something. Okay, you are a detective at work. Then you will look for one of these three. Which one is there?
Alif.
Alif. So there you go. So Alif is there. And because of that, we will elongate qaf. So we will say qala. So we don't say qala. So this alif makes qaf to be like extended. That's why it is called mad. So and that's why these are called mad letters. Whenever you see these in front of other letters, that's it. Say, that's elongated. And the other one, other example, see. Okay, let's do this one. So, qila. There you go, you have this one here. Yeah. Which is here. So you just elongate. Qila. So you can't say qila. Right? And then the third one is something simple. Say two. Okay. Something simple. Okay. So you see, as well here, there's ta. So what do you say? Two. That's it. So this is fundamental. Smad al-Tabi'ah. Easy. And I will also mention a very important factor, element, which is related to this section, which is, have you heard of Hamza? So what is the difference between Hamza and Alif? So this is Alif, which is one of the elongation letters, and Hamza is when you put haraka on or beneath the Hamza, Alif. Say E, now Alif becomes Hamza, and this like sign here on top indicates that it is Hamza. Sometimes you will see this like in the middle like that or something. And also, so you can also like U, E, and can say E. So this is Hamza. So this is Hamza. And this is Meta-Tabi'ah. Now, let's come to the second part. Let me put it here. Now, the second part is, I will call it Med Munfasil. Okay? What does Med mean?
Stretch.
Yeah.
Elongation.
Okay. Elongation. So Munfasil is separate. Okay? And let's give one example. Yeah. Ayyuha. Okay. So here, first of all, what do we see? What are we looking for?
Alif, Mad.
Yes, we are looking for one of these three letters. Which one is that?
Alif.
Alif. Here. That's it. I found you. Right? So it is there. Now here comes the most important part. Now the difference between the fundamental elongation and Med Munfasil. Munfasil is like, you can think it like this, something separate, okay? And the reason being is, for Med Munfasil, after these three letters, we are looking for Hamza. Okay? So Hamza here. And this one is
Mad.
elongation letter. Yeah? So then we can define this now. How do you define Mad Munfasil? We say, in plain words, if Hamza comes after one of these letters and they are in two separate words, then we call it Mad Munfasil. So, as you can see, Ya is a separate word, Ayyuha is a separate word. So they come in two separate words. But after Alif, which is one of the elongation letters, you see Hamza, then we need to elongate it more than the first fundamental elongation. We say this first fundamental elongation, the length, okay? The length of elongation. It's like how much can we stretch, you know? For example, I can say qila. Is that true or correct form?
No.
So that's why, like we say, length of elongation.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the length of elongation for fundamental length? Some say 2 beats, or the time that it takes for your finger to go up and down like this. It's like approximately about 1 second. Or you can say 2 beats. So it's qila, or you can do this. Qila. This is the right amount. So what is the right amount for this one? Mad Munfasil. The right amount is, say 4 beats is the minimum, and you can go up to 6, 8 beats, which is similar to if you use your finger in terms of lengthwise. You say, you do this once and twice. So you say ya ayyuha.
Is it 2 beats or 4?
Yeah, say if this is 1 second,
Mm-hmm.
this is 2 seconds.
Okay.
Are you saying that?
But if you are reciting fast
Mm-hmm.
or slow or average, it changes. So for example, if I'm reciting fast, I can say ya ayyuha. If a bit slow, then I say ya ayyuha. Okay? And there's also the middle bit, which is the average. Ya ayyuha. Okay? Yes?
So are you saying that if a Hamza comes after an elongation letter,
Mm-hmm.
then you have to do the 4 beats
Exactly.
on the alif? So it's ya, not
Mhm.
yeah. And you also have to elongate the ya as well, normal.
Yes, exactly.
dabe.
Like in the fundamental elongation, we defined it as the letter is being elongated by one of these 3 elongation letters. So it is this one which comes before the elongation letter is being elongated. So here it's the same thing, but the only difference, because Hamza is there, so now this is telling you elongate me more, because I am now Mad munfasil because after one of the three letters, Hamza comes, and also they're in separate words. It's very important. I'll give another example. For example, say, okay, yeah, Bu Anfu. Okay, ignore that. Bu Anfusakum. But for us, the important part is this. So what do you see? Okay, in order to just not to create confusion, I'll just delete this, right? So here you have Wow, which is one of the elongation letters, and then after Wow, you see Hamza, so it is madded munfasil. So you will elongate Qu anfusakum, and the reason it is madded munfasil because it's a separate, so separate words. This means like separate words, okay? Yes?
This might be a silly question, but how would we know if it's a separate word?
Oh, because
Like we don't understand it. We're just reciting. So how do we know it's two separate words?
as you can see, they are normally written separated. But we will come now in the third example, which is, I'll say 1/3, which is mad muttasil. Okay? And this is attached, like one word kind of thing. Just an elongation. So an example. Ja'a. Okay? So here, again, we have,
Alif Mad.
yes, Alif Mad. And after that, what do we see?
Hamza.
Hamza. Right? Just a second. So this is just one word. Okay? To come. And the difference, yeah? Okay, first, like in whatever subject it is, whether it is mathematics, physics, or driving, or football, before you understand anything, they just tell you to do some actions first. You don't even understand why am I doing this, but then you understand it later, right? So in Quran, you will see that mad muttasil, the attached, is always written with this type of hamza, and mad munfasil is written with this long, okay, hamza. So that is a clue, yeah, for you guys. And afterwards, inshallah, you will just see clearly, right? Okay, this is the verb, this is this, this is that. And inshallah, like we will do some lessons about classical Arabic, similar to this one, just like crash course. So and you will spot all these subtleties.
So they're written differently in so if I saw that in the Quran 1.2, I would know it's a separate word.
Yep.
And if I saw 1.3, I would straight away know that it's one word.
Yeah,
and
one
I'm-
word, yeah.
Ah, right.
Right. So
Even if I don't understand the
Yes.
word, I can see. But
Mhm.
right.
The difference between these two is one of them is in two separate words,
Mm.
the other one is
One
in
word.
just one word. For example, ja'a means to come, but this is in the past tense. So then you say he came. I'll not get into this, but this means, for example, if you just hide this bit, ja doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
But if you hide this bit, ya means something.
Hmm.
Same here. Qu means something. Protect, you know, it is like giving you like command, protect. Anfusakum, your nafs. So this means something, and this means something. Same here.
Ah.
Okay, but here, if I close this, doesn't mean anything. So then let's give another example. I'll just stick to the same bit here. Like let's say G. Okay. Okay, G. Let me give something different rather than Jada, like we did here. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب. For example, that one is مد منفصل. When you say, sorry, yeah, so أبي. This is what we are looking for. An example for مد متصل. شاء. Okay, so again, so you have شاء. Okay, so as you can see, mad letter after mad letter is Hamza. So then you can define this as if Hamza comes after one of these mad letters, elongation letters, and it is in just one word, everything. As you can see, it's all in one word. Then it is called mad muttasil. And if they are in separate words, it's called mad munfasil. And the difference between these two, in terms of elongation, they are similar length. I'll say if you use your finger as a measuring device, then you say this is between 2 and 4, and this one is again the same. But this one is wajib to practice this one. So if you say ja'a, yeah, then it is not correct at all. And this one, if you say, for example, you didn't elongate it, yeah, you didn't elongate it like 2 lengths, but you elongated just 1 length, like this one. Then, because this is jaiz, which is permissible to do that. But for this one, it is not permissible. You have to stick to 2 lengths. Okay, from now on, I will just use, for this one, when I say 1 length, it means this, okay? Or about 1 second. And this one, they start from 2 lengths. 2 lengths. 2 to 4. And this is also 2 to 4. 2 to 4 lengths. This one is jaiz, permissible. Permissible to
1 length.
Elongate. Like the ruling on it. But this one is wajib. You have to definitely not go below 2 lengths. Yeah? Otherwise, if you do it deliberately, it is a sinful act. So that's why when we recite, we have to be careful, especially with mad muttasil. And there's also hadith. By the way, earlier when I said the hadith, I did not say where those hadith were. You can find them in Sahih Bukhari, Muslim, and also Musnad of Imam Ahmed. Yes?
Can I ask before, in case you're going to rub this off, in 1.2 mad mufassil, you know where you put ya ayyuha?
Yes.
So do I need to prolong the ya, Do I need to do it like that?
No, you just do the first this bit. Ya ayyuha qu anfusakum.
But the ya, another mud letter. Why don't I elongate that as well?
Okay, very good question. That ya is not a mad letter. The reason being is because this ya has haraka, which means those vowels, like fatha. Okay, let me put it like this is fatha. Kasra when it is like let's use again hamza, and then when you have this is dhamma. Okay, so you have three like vowels. Yeah, so when one of these letters possesses any of these vowels, then they are not mad letters anymore. They are being promoted to just a normal letter. If these letters come without the vowels, like over here, you see, Qaf has kasra, Lam has fatha, Ya doesn't have anything. So it is in a like position of, say, like sakin, like dormant. So he is the same, qala, you see, wow, again. But over here, ya has fatha. So which means this ya is not same as this one. Because that difference was a similar difference between Alif and Hamza, right? Like Alif becomes Hamza because of these vowels. Alright, so, and there you go. Let me give you a couple of more examples. So, okay, let's give this example. Su'a. Okay, su. Okay, su. Okay, this one. This is one word, and you can understand that this is one word. Why? Because we gave you a clue because of this small broken hamza kind of thing. So also with mad munfasil muttasil in Quran you will see this sign, like long sign, both of them, like you can see that. Yeah, this sign in the Quran, when you see this is telling you that just elongate. It's another hint. So you will say, okay, so this might be mad munfasil or mad muttasil. So this is a clue. Okay, so this is done. Now we will do, inshallah, couple of more chapters, and then half of Tajweed is finished, inshallah. Oh, by the way, I will give you a couple of examples which are like kind of exceptions, okay? And for example, one of them is, I use this one. Okay, so عنده إلا. Okay, now here there is a mad munfasil. Okay? But it is very difficult to see. And the reason is being because in front of this who, there's a wow actually. Okay? But it is not written there. And inshallah we will cover these when we do just exercises. I will mention these things. And on a separate side note, these has, they have also their own rules. For example, if a letter comes before her and that letter has haraka, like fatha, okay, then if her also has haraka, like in this case dhamma, then we treat this her as the fundamental elongation. So then we say عِنْدَهُ. Forget this. When you read this, you say عِنْدَهُ. Okay? For example, if you say ma, there you go. Yeah? Malihi. You don't say malihi. Why? Because ha has haraka, and before ha there's a letter which also has a haraka, which is in this case kasra. So you just elongate these. These are rules of the letter ha. And when you, there's another case which is like, for example, min hu. In this case, you don't elongate her. You don't say who. Okay? You say minhu. That's it. Why? The reason is because the letter before her has sukoon on it. Like sukoon, this is sometimes written like that. Okay? You call this jazm. Okay? So whenever you see this, right, that makes that specific letter sakin, like dormant. So if you see any letter before her which is in that state, then you do not elongate her. So these two rules are important. These are the rules of her. So when we say عِنْدَهُ illa, because we know from the rules of her that there is a hidden wow in front of her, and that is one of the mad letters, and after that hamza comes, so this is mad munfasil, so we will elongate between 2 and 4. So we say عِنْدَهُ illa, and we will see similar scenarios inshallah later on. Also, we can also give another example like bihi illa. Okay, same bihi. We say bihi, we don't say bihi. Why? Same reason. Ha has vowel, which is kasra. Or we say like it has haraka, and before her there's a letter which also has haraka, so that's why we elongate her. So we say bihi. If ba did not have any haraka but was sakin, so it just had this sukoon, yeah, then you do not elongate her. Okay? So it would be, let's say, let's say there's hamza here, abhi. Yeah? I don't say abhi, right? Abhi. For example, it's the show. So, but this one is bihi illa, so this is again mad munfasil, because there's hidden ya here. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is also like doing another example.
Can you explain more about the jazm, or are you going to come to that later on?
Jazm.
You know, you said there's like, it turns it into, you know, the sukoon. So why?
Okay, whenever you see this, or in some Quran it is written like that, okay? Or sometimes nothing written. It just says something about that specific letter. What does it say? It says this letter is in a dormant state, stagnant, so you can't move still, okay? Whereas the other letters which have haraka on them, this haraka is those vowels, the three of them, fatha, dhamma, kasra. Those ones, these letters, they're in motion, you know, they're moving, because you are doing something with them. Whereas whenever you see this jazm, yeah, it's like jazm, or you don't see anything, it's just like that sometimes, you know, they don't put anything. So that means it is in a dormant state, it's just still. Is that clear? Okay, so what we are saying, before her, if you see that, then you don't elongate her. But before her, if you see any letter with haraka, fatha, dhamma, kasra, like moving around, like, you know, you can. So then you say, okay, there you go. You know, we will elongate this because of the previous letter being in motion. Okay. So, and because of that reason, so, you know, if you don't know, you may just get puzzled. You say, wow, why are we practicing mad munfasil here? Because I can't see no mad letters, but actually, because of the ruling about the letter ha, there's a hidden wow here. So actually this was like this, right? So and then you say, wow is one of the mad letters, and after wow, hamza comes mad munfasil. You see that? But everyone can see that, you know, if you have eyes. Now if it doesn't matter, if it is not there, then you need to know the ruling about the letter ha, right? So this is good. Understood?
And the ruling is because the letter before the ha has it has a that mark. That's,
yeah,
so now I know it.
Fatha, dhamma or kasra. Any of them. Anything that makes the letter move, pronounceable. Like you can pronounce the letter.
So the ha,
like with these vowels. You can say like da, di, do. You see? There's a motion there. But if there is jazm, you can't move, like, you know, it's like frozen kind of thing. So that's why, like, you need to look for these, you know, letters in motion. And when you see them, then you say, I need to elongate ha. There might be some exceptions. Inshallah, if I don't forget, I will mention it. But this is what you need to know in general. So, alright. Now, I will rub this off. Okay, and I will just put here So we were 1 1, 1 1 2, 1 3, 1 4. Okay. 1 5, 1 6. And put here 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. So I will write them again. Med. Okay. And then med, say separate. Med. And attached. Med. Right. So now you understand, yeah, when we say like separate, what we mean. Like the words are separate. Words. So words attached. Okay. Now we will do 2 more things, which are there are 3 more sub chapters, and let's do these ones. Okay, let's just soft med. I'll say med lean. Okay, lean. Med lean. Oh, you can say, let's say lean. So if someone's like lean, it's like soft. Okay, so we will cover this one, and then we'll cover med Lazim. Okay, this is like necessary. Or compulsory med elongation. So I'm not saying anymore like med is elongation all the time. Med is that, so I will just say all the time med. And then we'll say med Arid. Okay, so this means like with ayn. Yeah. Okay, so we will cover these 3, and then 45% of Tajweed is done and dusted. And the rest is upon you to practice. Now, before I come to that, there are also like other types of meds. Med balad, med annual, and all, you know. But we are covering everything like as a mix. So is that not important? You can just when you learn this, inshallah, that's more than enough. And also, when you're in your own time, you can also check these and understand it in a better way, and then complete everything, the full picture. Okay, so like so we have. Let's start with the soft med. What time is the prayer?
I think it will be in about. We might give azan quite soon.
Okay, I can do Medellin quickly. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And then hopefully, if you have time. Okay, let's do that.
I think, brother, if you carry on until the azan, I'm not sure what time it will be. I will go and check, but it might even be 1:30. So I'll go and check.
Okay, check. Okay, Medellin. Okay, so for example, now I will explain Medellin. Okay. Now let's give a couple of examples now. Okay. What is this? Home. now, what is this called?
Lean.
Yeah, Medellin software. So first I'm giving you the example and then we'll make the definition. Normally people give the definition first. I don't know. This is my way. So now what Medellin is? Okay, what did you say first? We will look for one of these letters, right? So what do we see?
You have
Over here, there's one. Over here. There you go, over here. Right? So, what did we do? We just spotted them. So, and the next is, can you see something common between the letters that come before these mad letters in these three examples?
All in the middle. Or the second.
No, I'm talking about these letters which come before the mad letter.
They all have fatha.
Aha. You see? So they all have fatha. So that's the main thing you need to know about Medellin. So what we say is, if before waw and ya, not alif for Medellin, okay?
Alif's not involved in
No, alif is not involved. So we say alif is not, I'll say alif, okay, not involved in this case. Okay, so let's do this. So what is involved then? Just waw and ya. And if any letter which comes before waw and ya has fatha on them, then we can practice this rule. So how do we practice it? We say, for example, in this case, naum, okay, khawf, alayh, okay. We stop, okay. You just imagine that there is a stop here. Stop. When you stop, then what happens is these last letters, they also get a virtue jazm on them. So like this becomes naum, like this. If you stop, okay? You see? Then we practice Medellin on this, and the practice is normally how do you read this? You say naumun or khaw, in this case like khawfin, okay? Or we say min khawfin alayhi. But when we stop, we say alayh, khawf, naum. And that happens, so that means three things are important. You will look for waw and ya, and they will be sakin. Important. Sakin means they're from huruf mad, so sakin. And before these letters, there will be a letter with fatha, all of them. And also when you stop, at the end. So then you practice Madilin. So you say عليه خوف نوم. For example, the best example is Surah Al-Quraysh. Yes? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. So I specifically emphasized on Madilin part. Is that clear? Same, I'll give you one last example.
For how long is the stretch? Or the
Bait. Okay, same thing. So, bait. Okay. So, let's see.
Abwab. Abwab, would that also fall in the same rule?
No. Why?
Because of the fatha coming before the wow mada.
Abwab.
Yeah.
So let's write that down. So you have ab, wa. Okay? So abwa, right?
Okay.
So, what are we looking for? Waw or ya for Madilin? Where is waw and ya? There is waw here.
Yeah.
But that waw has haraka. It is a waw in motion. You know, that's what we said.
Okay.
So, normally if the waw had that, and then you get rid of this and then put this, yeah? We completely change it. You see, you change it. Abawb. Then you can make it. But then it wouldn't make any sense now. Okay, so, but just for the sake of practice. So it's a good question. Yes?
Can I ask a silly question? Why, when we write it, why not make it easier by just not putting the mark, like so after wow? So if why don't we write it as like the fa is silent, for example? So why put the mark? Do you see?
Oh, these ones?
Yeah.
Because
Does
normally...
it have a meaning or something? Or
Yes, of course, they have meaning. Like for example, if there's a tanween here and without tanween, yeah? What we call this is like part of balagha. Like
Indefinite or definite?
no, that indefinite definite is different. Like if you have lam ta'rif,
Oh, okay.
okay, so then it is definite. So if you don't have it, like with tanween, looks like indefinite. But that's not the case. Now this, it is okay at this stage. Yeah, it is really like hard to explain. This is part of balagha, but the meaning definitely changes. Now when I say changes, the underlying there might be some sort of underlying meaning there, extra, like something extra. So just this, for example, e or in, you can see that. Do you understand?
So if you write it how you pronounce it, you lose the meaning when you...
Yeah, not the general meaning, but it gives like one extra touch there. Like you say, aha, this is very interesting. So this is this is part of balagha, like eloquence of that language. Yes.
And just one last thing, you kindly mentioned before that which rule was wajib and then it was just permissible.
Yes, yeah.
With this, is it wajib also? Like you have to do this?
Whenever we come to the wajib ones, I will say them explicitly.
So can you miss this up?
All the others are jaiz.
So if I miss this, I'm not sinful?
No, but...
change your meaning, right?
No, it doesn't, but the thing is, it is part of Tajweed, so you don't deliberately miss them.
Okay, yeah.
So you
Try to do it.
try your best.
But
And one, because, for example, I think Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, like he saw this guy, he was reciting from Surah Tawbah, and I think he was reciting like إنما الصدقات للفقراء. Okay, so when you say إنما, so he was reciting إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين. So that فقراء, there's ra, okay, like this. So what is this? We learned just now. It's mad muttasil. So he did not elongate this. Now Abdullah ibn Mas'ud told him, this is not the way that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ recited to me. And he corrected the guy, saying that this should be elongated. Al-fuqara'i. Okay? So, and we recite exactly the same way the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us. So, and so we can't say, you know, can I miss this? Can I miss that? Yes, go on.
But if say some ignorant person was saying alayhi when we're reciting Quran, they would just be, but not deliberately. It won't be like a sin. Like
No.
okay, yeah.
If it is not deliberate, inshallah, it's not.
So how long is the elongation?
This one,
Yeah.
again, 2 length is
Okay.
but it depends on your speed as well. So
I see.
if you are, inshallah, go online and listen to these reciters, and then you will, inshallah, slowly get used to this rhythm.
And then you could recite this with Tajweed.
Exactly.
Too.
Yes, and I would like to recommend especially Imam Hudayfi
Okay.
from Medina. I would say
I think there's Zanzibar.
Mahmud al-Husayni. Okay, so we just leave it here, and inshallah 1.5, 1.6, when we come back, we'll carry on. Jazakallah khair.
Being the board.
Yeah.
A different festival.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Okay. Meet when you speak.
So let's do like a quick recap.
How different.
So what did we do so far? Do you guys remember?
Yes.
So what did you? What was the first one? The first thing we did? What?
We looked at the 3 mads. Aleph, Waw,
Okay,
Ya.
1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, right?
Okay.
There was a simple mud of
Okay,
elongation.
yeah. So say mad tabi'i, yeah, fundamental, mental, mad. And then second one. What was the second one?
Madleen. Madleen.
Have you been to Olympics?
No.
Jumping high. You're jumping high. Because Medellin was here.
Oh.
What was in between?
Oh. Mahmud.
I can't remember. the
Why,
name.
somebody, you can't even jump.
Mhm.
This guy. Say something.
I don't remember the name, but the next one was where you explained that.
Alright, so fundamental med, and then we have med, munfasil, and then med, muttasil,
And then the soft
and
mud.
then med lean. To be honest, there's no such like specific order. This that. I'm just So we did these 4. Now we will do. Okay, let's make this 1.6. Make this 1.5. Okay. Now we'll do med ta'alum. And by the way, do you remember what fundamental med is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Aleph, Waw, Ya.
Okay, so alif wa wan ya.
So you're elongating by one beat.
So whenever you see like alif, waw, and ya, let's say like we gave example. Let me give you one example like all of them in it. Like for example, u, ti, na. Okay, so right. So here, u, ti, na. So we have. I do apologize because I'm really bad at using colors.
We don't have to actually because it seems to leave a big stain on the board, so maybe black is better like you did, yeah.
I don't know. Because I'm colorblind, I feel very comfortable with black.
No, stick to that actually, it's very clear on the camera as well. Black is fine, yeah.
Right, that's good. So, alright, so as you can see here, wow, here, yeah, and here, edit. Right? In one word, all three letters are used. As an example, and this is fundamental when this is one length. So we read as u, ti, na. Okay? So u, ti, na. U, ti, na. So like u, ti, na. Like you'll have that rhythm. You have to catch that. Like otherwise, like imagine you don't practice this properly, and then you just say u, ti, na, like all over the place. Now, when you recite, one of the benefits of Tajweed is that when you recite the Quran, because at times you get angry, at times you are fearful, at times you love, it makes you love Allah or something, okay? At times you just feel like what is going on in a way. So all these like actions, or they're related to feelings, emotions, okay? So that's one of the like benefits that if you recite with Tajweed, you will experience. It will help you to experience these feelings. As if like how like if I imagine like I'm speaking to someone, and like the guy is crying or something, and I'm telling him that I understand you. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like the guy is gonna think like, what's wrong with this guy? Like you can't, for everything, like you should be a bit soft, like, oh yeah, that kind of like. Tajweed also gives you this sort of like emotional connection, with the Quranic verses. So that's also in Hadith, it is mentioned that we should recite it in a way that we feel it. Yeah. So in other Hadith, like, if you don't feel anything, you're getting bored or something, just leave it. Just leave Quran, go away, come back later when you feel like you want to read. And then when you're reading it, emotionally attached to it, feel it, that way it's gonna be your life. Yeah? So, same thing. So if you read it, like if you know like the meaning, and coupled with the Tajweed, then alhamdulillah, that's it, like that's the best thing that you can achieve. So as I told you, like u, ti, na, so when we are reciting, so there should be like the separations should be even. Yeah. So this was one example. Very covers everything. So med the munfasil, we said this munfasil is, what is munfasil? Separation. And it should be two separate words. One example was ya, and then so and then rest comes. So here we have one of the letters of med, and then after that hamza comes, and they're all in separate words. When you close this, that makes sense. When you close this makes sense. So that's why it says munfasil. And this is jaiz. And muttasil is wajib. And muttasil when
One word.
the mad letter and the hamza is in one word. We gave the example of jaa. If we close this, it doesn't make any sense to close it. That's why it says muttasil. Together, like. It's just one. And the madleen, we said it happens with only ya and waw. And they will have like sukoon on them. And before waw and ya, the letters that come should have fatha on them. What is fatha? Fatha is this top line, this vowel on like. So this is fatha. And then after these letters, whatever letter comes. So this is what we say. This is ma qabl, yeah, like the letter before. This is ma ba'd. The letter after. The letter after should be like stopped on, like stopped. Like khawf. For example, we said khawf. Okay, so here fatha, sukoon, khawf. So we stopped. Normally there was no jazm here. It was like khawfin. But when you stop, you remove this tanween here in this case, and then put sukoon on it, like khawf, and then you practice madleen. Alright? So these were the four subsections that we've done, and now inshallah we will do mad arid. Okay, let's do that quickly. I'm rubbing this off. So 1.5 mad arid. So this is with ayn. Okay, so that's with ayn. Alright, so what is a mad arid? Okay, it means temporary mad. Okay, for stopping. Okay, so now what does that mean, and where does it happen? Okay, so we say if a mad tabi'i is followed by a letter at the end of a word. Okay, so what is mad tabi'i? 1.1. So fundamental mad. Okay, so if mad tabi'i, like 1.1, fundamental mad, is followed by a letter at the end of a word, right? Like for example, let's give one example. Ya, la, moon. Okay, and then let's put like stop here, right? So here, say ya'lamuna, right? So what did we say? Okay, now we are all detectives. Yeah, we are looking for something. What are we looking for?
The three.
One of these three. Then which one is that?
Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Ya is in motion.
Oh, okay. I see.
You understand?
Yeah.
Why?
The fatha on top.
Exactly. So if wow has this or this, okay, or that, right? And then there's a wow, there's nothing on it. Or wow with
Sukoon.
sukoon. Like these are all same thing. Okay? Different these are from these mad letters. Okay? Whereas these ones, they're promoted. You can think of this as maybe demoted, I would say, because mostly the soldiers do the job, right? Higher ranked officers, they just lay around and lazy. So I would say these are lazy. They're just, dormant state. Where these ones are in motion because of what? This haraka. These are haraka. These are vowels. These are like these signs. Fatha, kasra, dhamma. Okay, 3 of them. Whenever you see them on any letter, that means that letter is in motion. Okay? And these letters are mad letters only if they have sukoon, or they do not have these 3 vowels or signs. Does that make sense now? Okay, so here we are looking for alif waw ya. There you go, we come here. Alright, there's ya here, but the ya is
Motion.
in motion. Like, because of fatha, we can't say anything. So it is not one of these. Okay? Because I did not say we are looking for these letters or something. Okay? Look, I did not put this sign on. There's no sign, which means when there's no sign, they're in dormant state. Okay? So here, this was just an example for wow, and you can extend this example for alif and for ya as well. Alright? So, just quickly this one. So here we come, we are detectives, we are looking for one of these 3. See that? Wow. Wow doesn't have any haraka at all. So we found what we are looking for. So that means this is related to mad. Alright? So, and we said temporary mad for stopping. There you go, we have a stopping sign here. Okay? So that part is sorted. Right? Mad, we found wow. That one is sorted. Temporary. What does that mean? What is the opposite of temporary?
Permanent.
Permanent. So temporary mad. So this sounds like, you're driving a car, petrol, temporary, yeah? Get your snacks, then like then carry on driving. So that is like temporary kind of stop. So we said, but whenever we see this, this, like if we say يَعْلَمُونَ, what is the Tajweed rule here? يَعْلَمُونَ. What do you mean no? Like, we just covered this.
You mean the temporary
It's
or the
1.1.
Oh, the one we already know. So
Yes.
by 1 beat you extend it.
Yeah. 1 beat. No, two beats. 2 beats.
2 beats. But
1 length. 1 length.
1 length. Sorry. Yeah.
1 length. Let's stick to length. 1 length. Okay, so this is that. If you just see this is just fundamental length, because we don't have any hamza, right? Because if there was hamza, it was going to be munfasil or muttasil. If there is waw and ya, and then before them, if there's fatha, then it is madilin. But this one is dhamma, so it is not. So anyway, so this is fundamental one. It's 1.1. Now that's why we say after, yeah, if mad tabi'i, which is if fundamental length, fundamental mad is followed by a letter at the end of a word which has been made sakin, like still or dormant, temporarily. Let's talk about this one. So it's gonna be like moon. Okay? So you made it like that. That means you stop on it. When you stop on any letter, you make it sakin. That means you get rid of They are haraka. This is haraka. Haraka, motion, right? So this is haraka. So when you stop on it, it's just moon. This one, moona, right? So but there's a stop, so we stop. So when we are reciting, we stop, we say moon. But as a matter of fact, there it is moona. Okay? But when you're reciting, you just stop and say moon. So that's why this is saying. What this is saying is, if mad tabi'i, if mad tabi'i, this mad tabi'i is followed by a letter, there's this letter, at the end of a word, right? Which has been made sakin. Look, we made it sakin temporarily, because the reader has to stop at the word. So then it says the reader should prolong the mad tabi'i for about like 2, 4, 6 beats, which means 1, 2, 3 lengths. So you say يعلمون, okay, or يعلمون, or يعلمون. Okay, that's why when you hear these reciters, when they are reciting Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, you see they elongated more than normal fundamental mad, the 1.1. Normally they should just say يعلمون, yes, but they did. Why? Because it is mad arid. Okay, because the difference is, if you don't stop at the end, if you just say يعلمون, that is mad tabi'. But because you stop on this, it becomes mad arid. That's why you say temporary mad for a stop. Sometimes you will not see the stopping sign. You will see other letters which means stop. For example, sometimes ta, sometimes you have jim, okay? On top of, like, small, very small. It means, inshallah, if you have time, I will cover these. If I don't, we can do another lesson, or you can check it online. These stopping letters in the Quran. So if you see this, then you have to stop here. So you say يعلمون, or you have the option. You may not stop. You can just carry on. يعلمون. So if you carry on, then you do 1.1, which is fundamental mad tabi'ah. Just one length. يعلمون. If you want to stop, you do mad arid. يعلمون. Yes?
Isn't it compulsory to stop then at the full stop? You have the option not to stop?
Yes, you have the option.
On all full stops?
No, not all. It depends. That's why I'm saying, if you have this sign at the end of a verse, yeah?
The circle?
Yes.
Right.
So then you better stop. Okay?
Usually it's the one with the ta, you should stop, whereas with the jim it's an option.
Yes, and there are also other ones. You have ra, you have meme, okay? You have many others, like salah, and you have 3 dots, right? So if you see 3 dots and then 3 dots like this, either you stop in the first one and then carry on with the second one, or you don't stop in the first one and you stop in the second one. You will see these signs in the Quran. Okay? Okay, yeah. So, did you understand mad arid now?
So the rule actually doesn't refer to the stopping, it refers to if there's a stop, how much you prolong. Stopping.
Yeah, also, for example, you run out of breath. You have to stop, right? And let's say you're reciting As-salamu Bismillah. Let's say, okay. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين. Okay, let's say I'm giving you this example because the other day I was praying behind an imam and he made a mistake. Okay, the mistake was he ran out of breath. Okay, and then he came to this point, وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Okay, so al-mu'minin. So he stopped. وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. He stopped. Because you run out of breath. So normally it is so let's say, okay, I'm not writing the full thing, yeah? So this is the end bit of وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Okay? So here, he stopped. That means he made it like mu'mineen. So when you stop, وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, you just run out of breath. Now you can practice mad arid here. Okay? Good. So, but mad arid is jaiz. So you can do like mad tabi'i as well. Like the same length. But you have the option of also prolonging it a bit more. Now the problem, and then when he started, he stopped like وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So there is L, it's like al-mu'minin, okay? There's here, lam ta'rif. Now when he stopped al-mu'minin. And then he has to carry on from al-mu'minin, from before, yeah? But he carried on from mu'minin. So he did not mention lam ta'rif, right? So this is a very common mistake actually, which is and you have to be careful. If there's a lam ta'rif, you have to mention it. Because there's a difference between a word with lam ta'rif, which is lam ta'rif is alif lam, and a word without lam ta'rif. It makes the word definite and indefinite. Do you understand? It changes the meaning. Very important. So imagine like at that point if someone comes in and hears the recitation and is gonna think like, who's this verse talking about? Do you understand? So it's very important. So al-mu'minin, so stop. So you can do mad arid here. You see? There was no stop here, but because you ran out of breath, you made a stop. But when you stop, you land on it like a schoon, right? So you can make a mad arid also by yourself, and you can also like stop here. And I highly recommend you to look at these stopping letters in the Quran. There are about like 10 of them or 15 of them about that. But if you just practice those, if then it's gonna help. You're gonna get used to it. So this is mad arid. I hope this was clear. Was it clear? Okay, go.
Can I ask for the beginner? Let's say people didn't look into this. If they see one of these stopping letters, is the safe thing just to stop?
Yeah.
So if we stop every time, no harm, right?
No, you need to know. For example, if you see lam, and you can't stop here. Some of these letters they say like don't stop.
Right.
Okay? Not all of them say that like stop. Some of them means do not stop. For example, in this case, I gave you these 3 dots, yeah? And if you stop here and then stop here, then you've done something wrong. This gives you an option, either stop here or stop there. Okay?
Okay, but the full stop is stop. definitely, and the
Yes, full stop, stop. But sometimes, for example, in Tarawih, you're reciting really like fast, and and there are some short verse like surahs. So some imams they just don't stop at these stopping signs like these ones. Okay, they just carry on. For example, like وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ. So you're praying وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So you see, I have not stopped at all. There were 3 verses there. So I just carried on from first verse to the second verse and second to the third. Because it's small and like, I was reciting. But, so I can do that. But there are some verses, you have to be careful. There are some verses which you can do, there are some verses you can't. So you have to really know like these things. Yes.
Can you list the letters and signs where you have to stop and where you don't?
List?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Or it's we can do our own, we can look this up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to list them all?
Yeah, if you can. Some of them where you have
But
to stop.
what I'm saying is, if I do this, like if I list them, then it's gonna be
It's not basic.
like this is a crash course,
Yeah, alright.
I don't wanna like do everything, and you guys just don't do anything. But I will just mention some of them. Okay, okay. So for example, these stopping signs, they're in some Quran. You can find them at the back.
Well, we can look it up as you say. Because it's quite strict.
I'll just give you here just 2-3 examples here. Like that's it. So for example, when you see meme, it means compulsory stop. Okay, so like it says compulsory stop, and then when you have ta, okay, it's necessary stop, and then if you see say lam alif, so necessary to continue. Do not pause here. Okay. This means do not pause, okay? You see the difference? Just continue. And then if you have like qaf, za, sad, okay? Or sometimes you get like this sil, or you get like sila, okay? And these ones desirable to continue, do not pause, okay? And also, so inshallah, just there are some others, but check them inshallah, yeah? So I hope this is clear. Okay, Jazakallah khair for okay, Quran. So Medal is understood? Yeah? Okay, last one, and then we take a short break.
And can I ask? This is again, it's not wajib, is it just?
This is Med'al is jaiz. Jaiz is permissible. Okay, so Mad Lazim, okay, this is a lengthy one, okay? Mad Lazim is long, but I will just do my best to cut it short as much as I can. Hopefully in 5-10 minutes. Okay, let's make space for us. Okay, I'll just okay, so Bismillah. So Mad Lazim. Okay. So there are 4 4 types of mad lazim. Okay, let's do it like that. Okay, so kalima means word, okay, related. Mad lazim, okay, and then harf, like a letter, related. Okay, I call this ML, okay, for short. Right? So it's okay. So kalima related mad lazim, harf related. What does that mean? Now we will see what that means. Okay. So well, we said mad lazim are in 2 groups, 2 subsections. Kalima related, harf letter related. And so kalima related is of 2 groups. One is musaqqal, and the other one is mukhaffaf. Okay, if these terminologies are really hard for you guys, then just ignore them. Just see them as heavy and light. Okay? So musaqqal, thaqil is heavy, and khafif, mukhaffaf, yeah, light. So heavy, light. So we can say kalima musaqqal and kalima mukhaffaf. So one is like heavy word, the other one is light word. So, and I'll give you now one example. And also musaqqal and mukhaffaf for harf as well. So you have harf, heavy, and harf, light. Right? So same thing. So the main thing here is one is kalima, the other one is harf. Okay, so now let's get to the examples. Kalima musaqqal. For musaqqal, the most common one is that we know is waladdallin. This is mad lazim, and this is wajib. Okay, and let's give. Okay, 2. So mukhaffaf, light. Okay, musaqqal. Okay, so let's give one example. See, as-sakha. Okay. Okay. Now, so far what we learned is fatha, and then when it is down, kasra. When it is this, dhamma. Okay, and then we learned that this or that, like this is jazm, and then we have this. It's called shadda. Okay? This is called shed. And then we also know tanween. Now this shadda is this. For example, if you have can you read this?
Anna.
So an na. So what shadda does, now you have two letters here. Shadda says, you know what, I will come on top of noon, okay, and you can write me just once, and same thing. So basically this is same as that, but it's a shortcut of writing. Understood? No?
No?
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it is. I'll give you another example. Let's say Ummu, okay? It means one meme, another meme. Yeah? You see the pattern? So, and shadda, this is what shadda is.
So one inactive and one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So inactive, active. Always inactive, active. And because if you write it like this, it's gonna be like long,
Longer,
you see?
yeah.
So just make it short and put this side for convenience. Good. So let's come to Mad Lazim. So we say if a mad letter is followed by a shadda letter, like mushaddad letter, then we prolong the mad letter. So what did we say? If a mad letter, where is the mad letter? Show me the mad letter.
The alif.
There you go. Here. Mad letter. Mad letter is followed by
The shadda.
shadda, which is this one, yeah?
Yeah. The
So there's shadda here, you see, shadda
okay.
letter. Not this one. This one.
Okay.
So how's it followed by it then? You're reading right to left, right?
Yeah, the alif is followed. The alif is followed by the dua.
Oh, right, yeah.
No.
So the shad letter would be the.
The one on the dua.
So mad letter,
Or the dua.
which is this one,
Mm.
is followed by shadda, mushaddad letter.
Yeah.
It's preceded by it though. That comes first. It's not followed
Okay.
by it.
Okay then.
It's followed by the. Isn't the toy is not after the alif.
Oh, okay then it's preceded.
Preceded.
It's preceded the.
No, it has one before and after. But what we mean is, when he said the toy comes after the alif, it doesn't, does it? It comes before the alif.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So this followed, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. This example is confusing. I think I should have not started with this one. So, but I will give you another one, and it's going to be clearer, inshallah. So, mad letter is followed by shadda. Okay.
Okay.
So then you elongate this bit. So you say as-sakha.
Hmm.
Okay, look. I will just remove this. The reason is because there are two shaddas, so it might be confusing. And also there's ta there at the end. which is a different form of like ha when you stop.
Yeah.
So it's confusing. I think I gave you a very confusing example. So I'll give you one easy example, and then we will go back to that, and then so it can be understood much better. So let's say ضال. Okay, let's say ضالا. Okay, ضال. Okay, ضالا. Okay. Here, so we have mad letter. Yes, and mad letter is followed by shadda. Yeah, so this is shadda and letter. So we say ضال. Okay, so mad letter shadda. Does that make sense? Okay, another example. Let's give another example. So this وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ at the end of Surah Al-Fatiha is the same. Okay? So let's give okay, let's give the other example now. الصَّاخَّةُ صَاخَّةُ. Okay. So mad letter followed by a letter with shadda. Okay? So letter with shadda. Mad letter. Then it becomes what? Mad lazim. You will see this sign on top of it as well. So, and this is mad lazim. Also, so far we have seen munfasil muttasil in like elongations, like and they were related to hamza, and then madilin was related to wawan, and then we have seen mad arid, yeah, it's a different kind of like fundamental mad. This one is different, so no hamza, nothing. After waw ya alif, yeah, which are mad letters, if you see shadda, a letter with shadda, then it is mad lazim, kalima muthaqqal. Kalima is word, so it's heavy word. This is you know, when I say like heavy to pronounce, like say ضال or ولا الضالين. Oh, and so we say in this case الصاخة. Oh, by the way, if you have this hair with two dots on it, yeah, if you do not stop, if you carry on, you say as-sakhatu. Okay? If you stop, then you say as-sakha. So this, when it stops, you stop as ha. When you carry on, you carry on as ta. Okay? This one is that. Clear? Okay, good. Yes?
So, even if I didn't know about rule from what you've taught already, we would have prolonged the alif. So, is there what the difference is? We prolong it more because there's a shadda.
Mm-hmm.
Because even like if we didn't know, we we would still make it long because it's got the mark above. And so we know So, is it that it has to be very heavy and long, or what's the wajib? You know.
Okay. First of all, don't use the word heavy. Heavy is the name of it, and the length is different. So this is wajib to prolong it about like 3 lengths, or say like 6 beats. So this is,
You must do it.
yes, you must do. This is like mad muttasil, so you must do it. So far mad muttasil in this one, you must, okay. And mukhaffaf is light one, and there's only one example in the Quran for mukhaffaf. So that one is al-ana. So this is al-ana. It's this one. Or maybe I can write it here clearly. Okay, so this is part of this. So now you will understand the gist of it, like what really mad lazim is. Now, with shadda, okay, with shadda, like this one is actually, if I want to write this, the second, look, I'm writing it from here onwards, okay, like this. Shadda means kha and then another kha. Okay, so there's sad here, right? Sakh, kha, and then this comes. Okay. Now you see the first one is inactive, that sukoon one, and look at the light jazm. You see the resemblance? So shadda and jazm. What is the difference between shadda and jazm? Jazm is just look, this is just meme has jazman, but shadda has a letter with jazm and as well an active letter. So, and in the shadda case, we call it heavy because it involves, you know. But in the jazm case, we just get rid of the active bit, just the sukoon bit. So that's why, like you can see, al-ana, just that, you know, sukoon bit, like the with the jazm. Whereas in the heavy one, you have shadda. So the reason we call it heavy, because there's shadda there. The reason we call it light, because there's only jazm there. And then that's why, like for example, this one, when you recite it, when you say al-ana, you see it is like clean, al-ana. Whereas the other one, let's say as-sakha, yeah, or as-sakhatu. So with shadda, it becomes heavy. So in essence, the rule in here comes from the fact that this, you know, the jazm.
And the length is the same.
Length is the same for all mad lazim. Just you can do it like from 3 lengths to 5 lengths.
And both are wajib.
Well, all mad lazim is wajib.
Right.
And this is the only example in the Quran. It's in Surah to Yunus. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we'll only encounter this once.
Yes, you will only encounter once. When you meet it, so you just recognize it. And it's Surah to Yunus. Okay. And so, and muthaqqal. So it's like وَلَضَّالِّينَ. Okay. And then الصاخة. Okay. So shadda, and with only jazm or sukun. Yeah? So muthaqqal, heavy, light. And this is the first part of mad lazim. And the second part is with harf. So now
I think if you rub off the entire right side and then
yeah, this I will rub this out. So is that clear? Like, did you understand this? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Are you sure? How are you? You sure?
Yeah.
Good. This is the hardest part of Tajweed for people. To understand mad lazim. And so let's talk about the harf. And the harf is easier. So let's talk about first the heavy bit. Yes? And let's give the example of alif lam mim. Okay. Okay, normally they write it like this, yeah? Like alif lam. Okay, so say mim. Now this, you see, these are letters now. Harf. That's why you call it. But these are kalima. One word. It's a word. Yeah? It's a word. That's why you call it kalima. The reason you call it heavy, because of shadda. The reason you call it light, because of jazm or sukun. And here, heavy, because this involves shadda, and this is going to involve just jazm. And the separation is because these are words and these are letters. Now let me give the example for the light, and then I will explain what it is. And so let me give the example of alif lam ra. Okay, and also if I give one more example, maybe kaf, ha, ya, ain, sad. Kaf, ha, ya, ain, sad. Okay. So alif lam mim. Alif lam mim. Okay. So wherever you see alif lam mim, so let's check this, like let's expand it. So alif, I'm not writing, just alif, okay? And lam, you can write lam like this. La, lam, and then you can write mim like this. Okay, look, lam and mim. Okay? Yes? So this is, okay, this will be mim. Now, I'm writing ummi. Yeah? Look, ummi. How do I write it? Mim, mim. Okay? You see mim, inactive, active. You see? Same thing here. Do you see that? Like, you see, this shadda is actually, you can write it like ummi, right? And there is also here, I said, let's expand this. So alif, So this is alif. Like I say alif. And then lam, mim. But you see, this mim, look, similar. So there is some sort of like shadda here actually. Because of that, this is heavy. So it's alif lam mim. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Do you understand it?
There's a shadda on top
Yes.
of the mim.
For example, here
Yeah.
we expanded this. Can you see shadda there? No. It is in disguise. But when you say it, you say the shadda actually. You say, when you say like alif, lam, mi. You see? Lam, mi. The first mim, lam, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
The second one, mi. So, same thing here. Like, lam, mi. Like, ummi. So, actually, this, I can write this as lam, mi. This.
So it's basically the same rule because of the way it's pronounced.
Yes.
Like you said,
Yes,
like
because you are saying the shadda. It doesn't mean whether it is there. It is not for the eyes to see. It is the way you pronounce it. Do you pronounce the shadda or not? Yes, you do. So then it becomes what? Mad lazim harf muthaqqal, which means mad lazim heavy lettered one, like the example. So alif lam mim. So after there is a mad here, mad letter. After mad letter, shadda, the letter comes, so it becomes mad lazim, but because they are only in letters, right? Alif lam mim. So it is harf side, so letter side, and the reason it is heavy is because of the shadda. But there's unseen, hidden shadda there. But you make that shadda exposed with your pronouncing. Yes?
But what? Technically, even the shad letter is hidden because you have alif, lam, and now you're saying there's alif there.
It is
So we
written on the text.
Oh, it's written.
No, it is hidden.
Because even the alif is not, you can't see it, right? It just says lam. But you're saying
Yeah.
with the alif to prolong. So you can't see the shad and shadda. And it's also alif, you can't, you have to expand it in your mind. Like
Yeah, that's right.
So
But
it's
this is just we are analyzing this so you guys can see. I would just easily say that whenever you see, alif, lam, mim, this, that, yeah, just prolong it.
prolong what? The lam.
Prolong the lam and prolong the mim.
Do you
So,
encounter this often?
The reason, no, these are not many, so in at the beginning of certain verses. So you will, inshallah, you will see these. So the main point here is, this is mad lazim harf muthaqqal because of this shadda. Now the second example that I'll give you is this one. So this one is alif, lam, okay, alif, lam, ra. Okay, so ra. So as you can see, when you say lam, after alif, you have mim with sukun, with jazm. So then it becomes light. There's no shadda here. So it's alif, lam, ra.
Same
Now-
like before.
Yes, so it's similar to, so it's light because like ana.
So basically this depends on your kind of you're basically taking those letters and saying how would they, if I was to say them, how would it? So instead of me saying meme is meme, I'm saying meme is meme, ya, meme.
Yes, yes.
So it's like
when you pronounce it, yeah, exactly. So and like yeah, this is the way you see it, and so same like kaf. You know when you say like kaf, so you say kaf, right? So after the mad letter alif, fa comes, but fa has jazm on it. So kaf, like in essence, look at that kaf and look at this al. It's the same thing, right? The only difference is that one is a letter, this one is like clear in the word, and both of them light.
it's almost like taking in English saying B, but instead of saying B, it's B-E-E.
Exactly. Yes. So then, so this is like a light, so mukhaffaf. So here again, like kaf, ha, ya, so ayn, sad, same thing. So you elongate them because of the, and then these are the four types. Like, so one is separated into two, kalima, harf. As you can see, these are harf letters. Like alif is one letter, lam is one letter, mim is the one letter. Okay? So if you recite the Quran, for example, you get 10 rewards for each letter. Alif, lam, mim. Okay? This is how it is it's been specifically said in the Hadith. So these are like, because these are harf. So alif, lam, mim, and we don't know their meaning. No one knows what they mean.
And this being lazmi means wajib, you have to do it.
Huh?
Since this is also mad lazmi, this is all wajib, you must do all of this. If you
Yeah, this is all wajib, you have to practice these. So mad lazim, all of them like kalima or harf, you have to pronounce them. So when you're reciting, for example, you finished Surah Al-Fatiha and starting Surah Al-Baqarah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alif Lam Mim. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. You see, when I said Alif Lam Mim, so what did I do? Let's give the example clearly and then finish this off. So you have Alif, Lam, and then Mim. So you have Alif, Lam, Mim, okay, Lam, and then, okay, let's do this. Mim. So this is Alif, Lam, Mim. Okay? Now, this is shadda, like this, okay? With kasra. Lam, Mi. Yeah? And this one, this is a mad letter, after mad letter, just a letter with sukun. Now, this bit is light, yeah? And this bit is heavy. In Alif, Lam, Mim, so you have harf muthaqqal and harf mukhaffaf, both of them. So then when you say Alif, Lam, Mim, that's why the reason you elongate it because of mad lazim, kalimay, sorry, حرف مثقل and حرف مخفف in ألف لام ميم. And in ولا الضالين is كلمة مثقل. And this way, alhamdulillah, we finished. I can say like almost half of Tajweed. And let's take a 5 minutes break, and then